Good evening, ladies and gentlemen, and welcome into the first round of the PIAA Soccer Playoffs, live from Warren Memorial Field here in Warren, Pennsylvania. My name is Justina Ricchini, and I'm here with Sammy Stewart, Colin Slaney, and the man, the myth, the legend, Mr. Rick Barad. Tonight, from Warren, PA, we have the Warren Dragons taking on your Plum Mustangs. Coming off a consolation win over Latrobe, Plum is looking to ride momentum through the PIAA playoffs. With the help of striker Annabella Rim back in the starting lineup, expect the Mustangs to be firing on all cylinders tonight. For the Dragons, their successful season has put them in the PIAA playoffs with a tough first-round test. And we're going to get started here.
Hello, Sammy Stewart. How are you today?
I'm good. How are you?
Real good.
Kaylee Simke now with the ball over to Camille Walker. Stolen by the Dragons. Be a Warren throw-in.
So, not for you, Sammy, because you came from school, but 2.5 hours for us.
Yeah.
I mean, it's an hour and a half for me. It's not that much more.
I hear you. Some good defense there by the Mustangs. Mustangs making that 2.5-hour bus trip up as Camille Walker has the ball. She sends it off to Caitlin Killinger. Caitlin just blasted down the field, tried to hit a Annabelle Arin. Oh, that should be a penalty kick. She grabbed the ball right outside the box. Holy mackerel.
I mean,
right off the bat.
It was right, yeah. It was right before the box.
Yeah, there's no, I think we might have been the only ones to see that. Sammy, you got to ask your dad after the game.
and we're going to have a little chat about that one.
Yeah, like, I mean, lest my eyes deceive me. So we're up in Warren County tonight. The Lady Dragons, representative from District 10, first round of the PIAA state playoffs. Plum in their visiting whites.
The white long sleeves are looking sharp today.
Yes, they are. As Nina Kite has the ball and she taps it over to Ava Waleski, has it stolen.
Could be offside call there.
Yeah,
Oh,
Sammy's looking at me like, I don't know if I should say something, but yeah, I don't want to say anything, Sammy. Good.
Right.
No, that's okay. So offsides on the Mustangs is, and we'll start shouting out some numbers also for the Lady Dragons of Warren. We're in the dark outside. Just a nice 45-degree brisk night here in Warren, PA.
You know, this is nothing for us people that live up here up north. Let me just tell you.
Yeah, well, that's because you go to school up here, Sammy.
All I can say is I'm glad it's not snowing yet up here.
Yeah,
But it did snow, though, a couple weeks ago because I went up to watch Zach. Waynesburg played at Grove City, and when I got to the Slippery Rock exit, there was snow piled up in, like, where the median is.
We did have a little snow flurries, and then we had a game at UPJ, and we had to wait 20 minutes for the field to clear off before we could play the game.
Oh, it's coming, Sammy.
It's
Definitely
coming,
the
all right.
snow is going to come. So Mustangs work it out to midfield as the Lady Dragons try to intercept. Nina Kite has the ball, and it's stolen there by number 23 from the Lady
Good defensive
Dragons.
play by Camille.
Well, now Plum making a run with
Cameron Rogers on the run.
She has it with Annabelle.
Cam's in on sides. Goalie comes out and
Oh.
wow, just shot right wide there
Just
by Cam
wide.
Rogers. It's an early break for the Mustangs.
They had a 2-on-0 opportunity there, just a bit wide.
So the Warren goalie will kick the ball. She'll free kick it in, and that is Lydia Ballas, senior. Ball goes out of bounds. Mustang throwing. Cam Rogers coming over, looking. She's waiting for Ashley Kovac to come over and to throw that ball in. That's number 2 on your program. Mustangs able to keep it in, and Cammie Collins has it. She works it back to Emily Barat, who sends it over to Kaylee Simku. Kaylee Simku, Division I recruit to the University of Pittsburgh, and she sends it up, and there's another run there by Cam Rogers. She comes in, she shoots, and she scores. Cam Rogers with the early goal there.
What an assist by Kaylee, too.
Yeah, Plum had 3 players right there onside on that play that were open for a pass, too. So you had 3 Mustangs going towards the goal.
The Mustangs take an early 1-0 lead at 35:59 left in the first half.
Goal was put in by Cameron Rogers.
And now it's always nice to get that first goal because, I mean, that's exactly what didn't happen against Moon in the Whitfield semifinals. And against Latrobe, and the Mustangs had to fight all game just to get 2 goals in the second half. And Sophia DeKerb was a lot to do with that. I mean, Emily Barat just missed a header. Kaylee Simku hit a post. Oh, and there goes Caitlin Killinger coming in on a semi-breakaway here. Caitlin comes in, she shoots, she scores.
Wow, what a pass. Was that Cammie Collins with the pass up?
Yeah, I believe so, Justino. And the Mustangs already up 2-0 at 35-31 left to go here in the first half. And the Mustangs start off like a ball of fire here, exactly how they didn't start off in their last couple games. The Mustangs with a 2-0 lead.
That's encouraging for the Mustangs to start out fast. Is like we saw against Moon, like 7 seconds in.
22 seconds in.
22 seconds in, they gave up a goal, and then Latrobe, it was like 15 minutes. So it's like nice to see getting on the board first, especially in the state playoffs.
Sure, no doubt about it. And the winner of this game will play the winner of Moon and Latrobe. Moon, who the winner of 4A last year,
3A
champion
this year.
Yeah. Champion of 4A states, dropping down to 3A, ending Mars's 80-game win streak, defeating them 1-0 in a Whitfield championship at Highmark Stadium in Pittsburgh. So the Mustangs will play either Latrobe, who they are 2-1 against this year, or they will have a rematch with the Moon Tigers. So Mustangs now systematically work it out of the back, and there goes Kaylee Simku with the ball, and she sends it over to Ava Waleski, who stops on a dime and sends it over to Camille Walker. Lady Dragons chasing the ball here a little bit, guys.
Yeah, they're trying to maybe prevent that midfield pass up for the Strikers. You see a lot of players in the midfield for the Dragons.
Yeah, Mustangs good ball movement here. And Cam Rogers trying to get around, touched by Annabelle Arin, and Lady Dragons clear it out to midfield. Stolen by Nina Kite, though. She finds Caitlin Killinger on the left wing. She sends it down to Ava Waleski. Ava has the ball, stymied there by the defender for the Lady Dragons, and Caitlin Killinger throws it right into the box, just touched by Cameron Rogers into the goaltender of the Lady Dragons, and that again is Lydia Ballas, and she makes an easy save.
Yeah, she's been tested early tonight too from the Mustangs. They've gotten a lot of chances on her.
Sure, and if you're a little Lady Dragons fan, you know, you just want to settle things down. Let's play some good defense here. You gave up 2 early goals. Let's see what happens. And Cammie Collins sends it up to Annabelle, who kicks it back to Ava Waleski. Sends Cam Rogers again, flying down the wing. And I can't get a number on the defender there. Justino's good defense by the Lady Dragons. And
Good steal by Cammie Collins.
yeah, Cammie Collins sends a shot just wide. Yeah,
That might have been number 11, Ella Brooke.
Ella Brooke,
Yeah.
junior midfielder. We have our first substitution up at the center forward positions. Number 3, Marley Stans coming in for the Lady Dragons. Mustangs systematically work it into midfield and then back to Kaylee Simku, who makes a little bit of a run, throws it up to Cammie Collins, who flips it up ahead, but stolen by the Lady Dragons, and they kick it out of bounds.
You can see, if you're on the camera, you can see like a lot of Lady Dragons hovering right around the 30-yard line.
Yes, and we've seen that a lot, Justine, in the games that we have taped. The when you play against Mars or Moon in the WPIAA and even against Plum, a lot of teams will park the bus and, you know, just try to play defense. And
yeah, that's the way teams are playing Mars at the start whenever games are getting into overtime. Just
Sure.
park the bus and see how it goes.
And we had Eris Lamana on for that last week for that game against Latrobe, the PIAA state qualifier game, and she even said when they took Mars to overtime 1-0, that's exactly what they did. You know, they had 8 or 9 in the back. There's Emily Barat kicking it up ahead to Caitlin Killinger. She's going to chip it up ahead, and there goes Annabelle, try to get a piece of it. Oh, good play by Lydia Ballas, a goaltender for the Lady Dragon. She's able to kick it up ahead, or Annabelle would have had a break there, and that's a foul.
By Ava Waleski.
Yeah, by Ava Waleski.
It was a good play by the goaltender to get out there for Annabelle. You know,
Sure.
her speed is very dangerous for opposing teams. We talked about that in the last game. That's the X factor for the Mustangs, and it's a good play by the goalie.
Good play by Kaylee Simcoon. Again, she comes up to Caitlin Killinger, just lifts it deep, right over the head of the defender for the Lady Dragons. Annabelle has it. She sends a shot. She scores!
What a shot by Annabelle.
Yeah, and the Mustangs start off to a 3-0 lead at the 30-minute mark. 30 minutes and 56 seconds left to go.
Yeah, 10 minutes in, the Mustangs have already shown how good they are on offense. And we saw that in the second half of that game against Latrobe. With Annabelle fully in the lineup, they were able to, you know, flex their offensive muscle a lot.
So the Mustangs with a 3-0 lead as Cammie Collins kicks it out. And Mustangs, I believe, this year have given up 3 goals only once, and that was to the Moon Tigers. As Sammy's shaking her head yes at me. It's the same thing she did when I had her in class for 2 years. So are you just humoring me, Sammy?
I would say so.
There goes Caitlin with a move, and she sends a shot on goal. And Lydia Ballas just
Good
makes a
save
big
by the
save.
keeper.
That was a rocket of a shot by Caitlin Killinger right at the goaltender.
Cammie Collins able to flag it down, pass off to Cam Rogers. He kicks it back to Cammie Collins, who sends it into open space and is stolen there by the Lady Dragons, but stolen again as it goes back and forth a little bit here as Annabelle Arrin fights for it, and Camille Walker sends it over to Ashley Kovac off to Emily Barat. And the ball's just being played or in midfield. Good defense by the Lady Dragons. The Mustangs can't get anything forward. And the Dragons kick it deep as Ashley Kovac tries to flag that down. And she does, and she starts up for the Mustangs. Stolen by the Dragons, and Emily Barat just blasts it out of bounds. Sammy, so what do they call the soccer team? Is it Penn West now, or is it still separated? What's the deal?
So all academics is Penn West,
Penn West, okay.
but all athletics they decided to keep separate because we don't know if it was a rumor or not, but they were talking about a lot of us athletes heard that they were going to combine some schools and like make some like one team be soccer and stuff, but we were lucky enough that they kept everything separate. So all of us athletes can enjoy the game we play.
No, that makes perfect sense.
Yeah. It's a slow integration.
So, and is there a Penn East also?
It's in the making.
That's what I thought.
Yeah, so that'll be like, I know Bloomsburg will probably be involved in that one.
Maybe Westchester.
Yeah.
Oh, good save there by
McKenna.
Anderson.
Kenna Anderson with the save, as that's the first offensive push there by the Lady Dragons, led by number 1.
Marielle Stands. Or wait, no. Maya Irwin.
May Irwin. Caitlin Killinger has it up now, and she tries to send a through ball, stolen there by the Lady Dragons, and that was number 23 again, Ella Ordaway with the steal, as Kaylee Simcoe now has the ball. And she starts up. Pass to Cammie Collins, who sends a through ball there, and there goes Cam Rogers, and she should be able to walk in. She punches it up ahead.
A little too far.
Unlucky
there.
touch by Cameron.
Yeah, Annabelle was almost there too. Just a little too far of a touch by Rogers to get it on net.
So Penn West, Sammy, is Edinburgh.
Edinburgh,
Clarion.
Cal U, and Clarion. Yes. Yeah, so a lot of the classes are half in person, half online. So you could take
Oh,
courses
interesting.
through. So like in the spring, I'll be taking a sign language course through Cal U
Okay.
on Zoom.
Sign language.
Mhm.
One of my roommates at Pitt, Sammy, had a sign language class, loved it. Said by the end of the first sign language one, no, the class was dead silent. It's something I've always wanted to do. And he took 4 years of sign language. Loved
Yeah.
it. That's awesome.
Yeah, it's really good it's a requirement for our major to take relative electives. So that's one of
That's
the ones
good.
they're offering.
And now we always, in class, I always talked about Sammy taking the college and high school classes, not only. Oh, okay. Okay, thank you. I always talk about the college and high school classes. You took obviously TV productions, which is through Duquesne. How many credits did you have transfer, man?
26, 27.
Outstanding. Yeah, Zach had like 33.
It
Now
helped
that
me
is-
so much with
Ugh.
my gen eds.
It's huge because it will eliminate those gen eds, and I preach that not only to take TV class, but any of the ones at the high school level. I mean, Zach could get out of Waynesburg in 3 years, and Jen and I would never do that to him because he's he runs track, he plays soccer, and now he's going to double major.
Yeah.
So it's huge, and it just opens up opportunities. So, and like right now, you're considered almost a second semester junior, right? When you
Yeah,
schedule.
I actually graduate in the spring of 2024 with
That's
my
amazing.
program, and then I start grad school that summer.
That's awesome, Sammy. Okay, we apologize for all the Warren Lady Dragon fans. The goaltender is Haley Pedersen. And she's done outstanding tonight so far. We have her down for 5 saves.
Yeah.
And it could be 5-0 Mustangs if it wasn't for her. So Nina Kite's able to clear the ball off. Well, Sammy, we appreciate you coming up and joining the broadcast.
Of course, of course.
Special guest we have. I don't know if you heard us on Thursday, but we invited, because I'm family friends with them, Eris Lamanna, who's a starting goaltender, and a Riverhounds girl, starting goaltender for the Franklin Regional Panthers, who already has an offer to go to Robbie Moe. So congratulations to Eris, and she had a great time doing it. There goes Cam Rogers flying down the wing, and she takes a shot wide. I want to apologize to the viewers also. We've never been here to Warren, and Colin just got a little bit of that post. That everyone knows when they film for me. It's one of my pet peeves with the post, but there's nothing we can do where we're positioned at. So
2 years in a row you've had the post.
Oh, yeah, when we went out to Hollidaysburg for the first 2 rounds, it was awful.
Yep. There's like 4 or 5 in a row posts there, so you
Yeah.
can really.
Serena Carnahan and Megan Stammer did the
just came
game.
in. And then Camille Walker came out, and
Emily Barat.
yeah, Em's still nursing her ankle and her knee, so I can see her. I know she's going to have to get it retaped. She told me that. So she wanted to come out. She said she might play 15, 20 minutes and get it retaped. Part of the injury, Sammy, as you know, at this time of year.
I know, Mr. Barat.
Yeah,
Don't
I
you
know.
worry.
Just tape it up and play. Caitlin Killinger sends it in deep for through ball, and good play there by Haley Peterson to boot that away.
Yeah, that was coming in fast.
And then right back to the Plum goaltender, McKenna Anderson. She snags the ball. So we have 22-22 left in the first half. Mustangs with a 3-0 lead. Serena Carnahan, sophomore, plays extremely well at midfield, able to pass the ball forward, stolen by the Lady Dragons. And Pam Stammer plays it safely out of bounds.
A little bit of a collision there.
Here come the Mustangs. Oh, just passed out of the reach of Annabelle Arun. Sammy, it's weird watching these Mustangs play. I mean, I watched a little bit your sophomore year when Emily was in 8th grade. I mean, under Caitlin Schukert and then your father, the program has really taken off. And it goes way back. Not just, and I don't want to demean anything that your dad has done. He's done a great job. But even the boys' side with Raf Kolinkowski, it starts way here. Travel soccer, with Fred Lucas and the program there. You can refine your skills, obviously, if you decide to play cup. But yes, and eventually I think we'll see that with the lacrosse program. Coach Richards did it with the basketball program. The football program is on the upswing also. Plum baseball's always been good because of the youth programs, but Sammy, your freshman year, Plum goes to the Whitfield Championship against Mars, and then I still think
junior year.
Well, your junior year, and then your senior year. Because of COVID, I do think if there were state playoffs, because they only accepted one, you guys were going to be in the semifinals again against Mars. You were that good, and there goes Caitlin Killinger. She comes in, she makes a move. Big save. Oh, and the Mustangs shoot it up high.
Unlucky shot by Annabelle.
That was a good save, and then it just unlucky. It just tipped right above the crossbar.
And so I do think that would have been...
That probably would have been a really good year for us.
Kaylee Simku comes out now as Camille Walker comes over to play center back. But, and Sammy, I don't know how many games you've lost. I'm sure you can count them now as we're talking. Emily has lost 10 in 4 years, which is insane.
Yeah.
I've said to Emily that, when she wheels me out of the old age home, her team will be in the Sports Hall of Fame.
Yes.
I know school board member Mike Devine's listening, so we'll have to nominate this class here, Mike, for the Sports Hall of Fame, because if they win the state championship, they'll have 10 losses. They can only lose one more. They're going to wind up with no worse than 11 in 4 years, which is truly amazing.
Yeah. I know my junior year, which would have been their freshman year, we only lost.
One? Did you lose one?
We lost twice. We lost to Mars and we lost to Oakland Catholic.
Oakland Catholic at Oakland Catholic.
Yes.
That's correct.
Yeah, and then my senior year, we didn't lose until Mars.
Till Mars, yeah.
But it's so nice to always come back and watch the girls play that I played with.
Sure. And I'm sure you get updates also from your mom and dad.
Always.
Yeah.
Always.
There goes Nina Kite with the ball, and she sends it up to Annabelle, who sends it over to Caitlin Killinger, looks to send it forward, and she throws it over to Nina Kite. And the Dragons systematically kick it out with 17:50 left here in the first half. Joining us late, the Mustangs with 3 goals in the first 10 minutes, able to take a 3-0 lead on this cold, chilly night.
Rayla Smith in the game, too, as I see on the far side.
In Warren, PA, yes. Rayla's in. Comes a little bit of a run here by the Lady Dragons.
Good defensive play by Megan.
Oh, it goes off the post by the Lady Dragons, and 2 good scoring opportunities here in this first half. One off the post and one that McKenna Anderson's able to save, and Mustang's able to clear that away. As Camille Walker has it and throws it back to Stammer, and Mustangs flip it out, and there goes Annabelle Arin, and she is flying down. She sets a shot, she shoots it, scores!
And that's that speed that Annabelle uses to get that goal. That's huge for the Mustangs.
And Annabelle Arin just flying down the center of the field as the Mustangs take a 4-0 lead.
And you saw it in the second half against the Trobe. Annabelle makes a huge difference for this team offensively, especially going with that threat that Caitlin Killinger and Ava Waleski have it, sending the through ball to her and Cameron Rogers, who are both really fast running down the field.
No doubt, Justino. The Mustangs had a substitution there. I think Ava Waleski, I can't see who came out. Emily Barat came in, number 31 on the program.
Ashley Kovac.
Ashley Kovac came in.
Megan Stammer is out to the
came
outside.
Yeah. Oh, yeah, she went the outside back.
Mm-hmm.
Serena passes it over to Stammer, who sends it up to Ava Waleski, who sends another through ball there to Rayla Smith. Rayla, hit the back post.
It almost looked like it went in, yeah.
Sam, you look confused there.
I was confused for a second.
Did you think that was in?
Yeah.
I knew it wasn't going in, but then it hit the back post, and I'm like, well, maybe it did went in, and I didn't see that.
I was trying to see if there was a reflect off of the net. Quick corner by the Mustangs.
There's Ava Waleski has, and she flips it forward. And good save there by Haley Peterson. She's able to boot that ball and goes out of bounds, unable to be saved by the Lady Dragons. So Mustangs up 4-0, 15:20 left to go.
Cameron Rogers back in the game.
Annabelle Arin comes out. Rayla has it, and she sends it over to midfield as the Lady Dragons clear it, but Mustangs intercept, and Nina Kite has the ball on the left flank. She's looking, and she sends it off to Caitlin, or it goes to Cam Rogers over to Caitlin Killinger. Caitlin dancing with it, crushes a shot just off the crossbar.
It's a rocket of a shot, just
saw
wide.
Colin just jerk up there a little bit. Colin, you thought it was in, right? He did. Camera operator. Colin, how do you say it last? Salini. One of my tech writing students, along with the trip tonight. Thank you for coming, Colin. Foul on the Mustangs. Free kick for the Lady Dragons.
Looks like they're going to call a push there, maybe on Ava Waleski.
What are we waiting for? Oh, just for... And kicked out of bounds. Mustangs will inbound. Rayla Smith has it. She kicks it forward. And here comes Lady Dragons with a little offensive push. Good possession here by the Lady Dragons, but stolen by Cam Rogers. Stolen back. Through ball placed there again by number 3. Marley Stantz, and McKenna Anderson with the easy save. So Mustangs work it up to midfield, and there goes Rayla, who flips it forward, trying to get it herself. And the Mustangs have the ball. Oh, there goes Cammie Collins. Oh, just missed the through ball, trying to hit Caitlin Killinger. Cam Rogers in hot pursuit, and the Lady Dragons do the smart thing and play it out of bounds.
And the Mustangs are able to use their midfield to push up the Dragons defenders. As you can see, they have about 5 or 6 defenders, all on Cameron Rogers.
Yes, and well, you can see how they're laying back. And
Yeah.
Sam, you've played soccer all your life, and Justina, you've filmed it enough. You can count like 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. I mean, there's 7
Yeah.
back, and that's just not. They weren't parking the bus to start off, but Plum, with their their through ball after through ball, they're just naturally taking a couple steps back, a couple steps back. And the Mustangs were doing that against Moon when you played against Haley Longwell up front, who's their recruit going to Duquesne. It's just natural to take a step or 2 back so you don't get beat. Caitlin Killinger has the ball, and she sends a through ball. Ooh, intercepted there. Good play by the Lady Dragons. That was
Number 31, I believe. Yeah,
31. That was Audrey Smith. Great defensive play by Audrey Smith. Nina Kite has the ball. She pushes it forward. Oh, a little miscommunication there between Cam Rogers and Caitlin Killinger. And stolen, though, by Cammie Collins. And Serena Carnahan has it at midfield. And there's a rocket of a shot there.
Just
Who was
over.
that?
Ava
Ava
Oleski,
Oleski.
yeah. I think she went just over the crossbar.
Now Nina Kite coming out. See a whole host of 3 Mustangs. Ava Oleski coming out. I think that's Rayla Smith that came out, Sammy, in the far right.
Yeah.
And Nina
Mia
Kite.
Nardo went in.
Yes.
Lexi Rhoda and Ashley Kovach back in the game.
And we have 10:59 left. Now we're here at War Memorial Field in Warren, PA. I asked Jeff White, who is the AD here, who is actually one of his good friends, is my big brother in my fraternity, Andy Tubbs. And he said the high school's about 1.5 miles up the road, so it's not that building that we saw, Colin. Colin, you're right. It's not nowhere close to the field. I mean, about 5 minutes away, give or take, but kind of reminds you of Hollidaysburg last year, Justin.
Yeah, it was.
Like
It wasn't.
a
Was it
field
right
like
next-
kind of like in the middle of the neighborhood. And you can see
That's right. Yeah.
you can see the background when Colin pans over to the right. You can see the houses in the background. So just kind of right here in the middle of the field. We
Yeah.
won't tell you what's behind us. I do think it's a petroleum plant.
Yeah, there is. Yeah, there's a bit different sight.
There's big
behind
tanker
us.
trucks behind us. And there goes the Mustangs. And they're unable to corral that ball, and Haley Peterson able to stop it, and the refs blow the whistle there, and the Lady Dragons moving backwards. So it's a foul on them.
Yeah, they are doing a foul. I'm
I
not
think
sure.
it was
A handball?
what happened before. She
Yes.
picked it up before.
That's what I was going to say. I see them.
Mm-hmm.
And so that will be, but it had to be right at, the ball's in the box, but they're setting up like it's outside the box.
Yeah,
So
that's what
Yeah,
it's looking like.
I'm not
I
sure
don't
the ball.
know.
He
what-
has his hand up for an indirect, so it must have been outside of the
Yes.
box.
So it has to be touched first. So I'm guessing Cammie Collins will touch it, and maybe Caitlin Killinger will kick it. But I
I think
haven't.
there's a little bit of confusion
Yeah,
by the
I-
referees.
Yeah, it's
I-
like they're.
Sammy,
almost
you're a
looks-
referee here. What's going on? Tell me, Sammy.
I can't even tell you. I don't even know what's happening.
It's not a. I mean, they're lining up in front of the goalie, so it's
So they're-
obviously not
yes.
a penalty kick.
No. So with indirect people, if you don't know, you can have a wall up,
And
go by Caitlin.
Caitlin Killinger just rips it top right corner, and the Mustangs
Goal by
take
the
a
Mustang, number 25,
5-0 lead
Walker.
here in the first half with 8:26 left to go.
Yeah, that was a rocket of a shot there on that one.
Absolutely.
Nothing the goalie can really do about that one either. It was just perfectly placed.
No, and there's 8 minutes left, and Sammy, the one good thing that your dad is really, really good at is he will never run up the score.
No. He's always been like that too ever since I was little. He never likes to run up the score.
So what we'll see here is, I mean, the Mustangs might have some of their starters start the second half, but you're going to see the bench will empty, and actually the whole team will get a chance to hopefully play in a state playoff game.
It's always so much fun playing so far away from your field because then you get to experience something you normally don't get to experience.
Sure, and I'm trying to think, where's the furthest you played? Lancaster.
Yeah, my
Lancaster,
junior
that
year.
that state playoff game we lost in penalty kicks.
Yeah.
Outside of Lancaster, right?
Yep.
Yes. That game started early, though. Because you guys came back, the girls came
We got back
to
at
the
like
school.
11:30.
Yeah, I was going to say it's around 11-ish, and that's a 3.5-hour drive.
Yeah, we
Minimum,
left.
it might have been close to 4. Because it was
Yeah.
past, it was like an exit, I think, past
Yeah,
Lancaster.
we were about I think we left at like 9 or 10 to get
Yeah,
down
you
there
left-
for like a 5 o'clock game, I think.
Yeah, I was going to say that had to at least start at 5.
Unlucky play by Cameron Rogers.
Now, Justina was saying Mars has Bradford
Yeah,
tonight.
but
Yes.
they're an hour north.
And they're more, and so, and that game starts at 7.
Yeah, it
So,
hasn't even started
like
yet.
that's,
It's a late one for Mars.
yes, that's a big time late one. So,
I just got confirmation that with the call that we weren't unsure about, she passed it back to the keeper and the keeper picked it up.
okay, so that's why it was a kick.
Yeah, and it was indirect.
It's indirect, outside the box.
Yeah.
Ooh,
Cameron Rogers keeps it in bounds.
Cam does have it. She looks to make a move. Passes it back to Nina Kite, who throws it into the box. Annabelle trying to make a run, unable to do it. And Haley Peterson looks to punt it away. Now, Jeff White, their AD, did say, and your dad did say, now, I don't know if the Lady Dragons, there's no one really to play in the playoffs, and teams opted out, so their last game was mid-October. So it's been at least 3 weeks for the first competition, and obviously if you have to play the Mustangs or anyone from the Whitfield, one of their top teams, that's going to be a hard pill to swallow in the opening round of the PIAA playoffs.
Similar to when we went to Hollidaysburg last year, I believe. I don't remember the score there, but I do remember Mustangs did play well in that one.
Sure. Oh.
Lexi Rhoda with the goal.
Yes, Lexi
Yes,
Rhoda
goal.
with a goal.
Great play by Leonardo.
Alexis Rhoda.
So that's 6-0 Mustangs with 5:04 left to go here in the first half. And unless something catastrophic happens, it looks like the Mustangs will advance into the second round this Saturday of the PIAA state playoffs and play the winner of Moon and Latrobe.
Yeah.
So let's ask Justina. Let's start asking Sammy some difficult questions now. Okay. So, Miss Samantha,
Yes.
if you were still a member of the Plum Mustangs,
Mm-hmm.
who would you like to play in the second round of states? Would you like a rematch against the WPIAL 3A champion, two-time WPIAL 4A 3A champion, PIAA 4A state champion Moon Lady Tigers that you just lost to last week 3-0, or would you like to play Latrobe, who you beat at Plum 4-2, who you lost at Latrobe 1-0 in overtime, and who you just beat last Thursday 2-1 at Norway? Who would you like to play against? I think I know the answer. I'm gonna write it down so
All
Justina,
right.
you can see. I think I know. This is Sammy. Don't look at me. 'Cause
I'm not looking. I'm watching the
Okay.
game.
I'm gonna write down.
Lexi Rhoda on the ball.
I'm gonna write down a letter, either an L or an M, and it's covered. Okay, Justina, do you
okay.
wanna see that right there?
Yeah.
Okay. That's what I think Sammy's going to say.
Okay.
Okay, so Sammy, that is the question here. Is we have 3:30 left to go in the first half. Mustangs up 6-0. Who would you like to play in the second round of the PIAA state championship? And I think your answer will mimic your father's.
I would want to play Moon just because coming off of the game that they played against them at Gateway, I think they have a lot more to prove than what they showed. And the Mustangs had a really good performance. I was there at the game, but
Did she come up and say hi to us? Did she say hi to us, Justina?
don't
I was
believe
sitting
so.
with
No.
my coach.
I don't remember saying hi. Go ahead, Sammy. Go ahead, finish.
All right. But I just feel like the Mustangs, we always want to push ourselves and we want to always prove ourselves to be better than we were the last time. And we're seeing that with Mars a lot too. Is my junior year we lost 4-0, and then we turned around the next year and only lost 1-0, and then the next year I think it was 2-1, and then
Correct. And
But-
then it was 1-0 in the state semis last
yeah.
year.
So I think we just, as Mustangs and as an alum, I would like them to play Moon because I know that they will bring the fire that they know they have, and they want the drive and everything because they want to make it further than they did in the WPIAL playoffs as well.
Sure, I agree.
Was that what you were going to say? I said?
Justina, what did I write?
You wrote Moon.
I wrote Moon, okay. Now, listen, when you play a team 4 times
Yeah.
and you've beat them twice,
Yeah.
I mean, listen, I mean, Latrobe and Moon should be a really, really good game. And honestly, I think your dad would say he doesn't care. He just wants to make it there. That being said, we didn't have Annabelle that game. I know Emily was beat up because she got hurt the game before. She wasn't at full strength, so you'd like to play the best and hit them on all cylinders. As Cam Rogers comes in and is unable to get the ball.
Good save by the
Haley
Lady
Peterson.
Warren.
And so, and listen, you play Latrobe for a 4th time. You've beat them twice. I think you know in the back of your heads, hey, we can beat them. So if you get down like the Mustangs did 1-0,
Yeah.
I mean, do you have a chance to play a little lackadaisical potentially? Yes. And Sophia DeCurb is just a phenomenal goaltender, and she's going to James Madison. So, I mean, and just like in hockey, Justine, and we talk about that a little bit in class, like the goaltender can steal a game.
Yeah, it really just
And-
steals the game.
So, and do you have that, maybe that, that adrenaline going a little bit more that, hey, I want to get revenge against this team that knocked us out of the WPIAL playoffs? Sure, I get that.
Yeah.
And that's the 4-0 by the Mustangs as Annabelle RN comes in and
Great
good save
by the keeper.
And Annabelle kicks it forward and
Corner kick for the Mustangs.
yeah, it is a corner kick there. So there's a good defensive play. I can't get the number 31 by the Warren Lady Dragons, and that is, I don't see 31. Oh, that's Audrey Smith again. Oh.
Good save by the keeper.
Haley Peterson able to snag that with 7 seconds left. And the Mustangs will go in to halftime with a 6-0 lead.
All right, ladies and gentlemen, while we're in halftime here, score 6-0. We have a 50.
Welcome into the start of the second half here at War Memorial Field in Warren, PA. Mustangs with the 6-0 lead as we start the second half. Interesting to see how long we'll have the starters in for the second half.
Agreed. Milena Smith moving into goal for the Mustangs.
Yeah, the Mustangs used a 2-goalie approach this season for most of their games. They have McKenna in the first half and then Milena Smith in the second half.
Justine, I see you looking for that Latrobe Moon soccer game score.
Yeah, I'm looking for it.
So the second half starts. Colin, you're doing a good job filming. Sammy's still with us. The Mustangs start with their starting lineup as Kaylee Simku has it. Sammy, do you think about the temperature at all? Like when you play, like it doesn't, like do you think, boy, I'm getting cold? I mean, the adrenaline's going. Do you?
On the games that it's like kind of going a little slower, I notice it.
Well, yeah, because you're not moving.
Yeah, but when
Sure.
it's like a fun, fast-paced game, like you never really think about the cold because you're moving so much and
fast,
your
sure.
adrenaline's going so much.
Annabelle Arun sends it over to Caitlin Killinger. She shoots and scores as the Mustangs jump out 7-0.
Caitlin's dangerous with those shots outside the 18.
The Mustangs start off 7-0 here. As that might be it here for the Lady Dragons of Warren. 38-40 left. Another quick goal by the Mustangs. And I think Coach Stewart, Dad, will empty out the bench here. Am I correct, Sammy?
I'm thinking you're pretty much right here, Mr. Broad.
Yes, I think so.
Now that goal for the Lady Mustangs is number 26, Caitlin Killinger.
Have they said that after every goal? I haven't even paid attention to the PA. And I don't think after every one. Justina says yes.
Yeah,
have
I
they
think
said?
they have. I mean, that might be her second or third goal.
I haven't heard it.
No, I haven't. I've heard it like once or twice. I don't think.
Oh, maybe. I'm not sure. Now you're making me second guess. I'm not sure. Well, let's.
So I know you're hunting. You know, Moon Area Soccer has something also.
The
yeah.
Latrobe Moon game doesn't start till 7.
7.
Ah.
So that's why we
So
can't
we have 3
find it.
minutes.
We'll never figure it out then.
Yes.
Mr. Broad, what's your prediction for the Moon Latrobe game?
Who I want to play or who's going to win?
Both.
I agree with you. That's why I wrote down. That's why I wrote down Moon. Sammy, following sports, I'm 53 years old now, and anyone that's still listening to us, the Pittsburgh, it's never easy for Pittsburgh teams, whether it's you're a Steeler fan, I don't even want to mention the Pirates, but Penguin fan, and, you know, obviously, I mean, Moon's a defending, and they're the Whitfield champion. So you have to beat the best to be the best. But boy, Latrobe does scare me a little bit just because, hey, we beat them twice. Like, you know, that scares me. I mean, it will be a good game no matter what as the Lady Dragons come flying down the left flank there. And Ashley Kovac hits it out of bounds, but I think they call offsides. Or they call a goal kick. So, yeah, that's a toughie. So, you know, Sammy, honestly, that's a toughie. I mean, I'd feel more confident playing Latrobe because you've beat them twice. But be a little nerve-wracking as a parent in broadcasting because you root for the Mustangs. I mean, it's not easy when you have to go through Moon and then Mars if you want to win the state championship. But it's very capable. So there goes a through ball again, and there goes Cam Rogers flying down the right flank, and the Lady Dragons are able to clear it.
It seems like a lot of the games tonight are starting at 7 o'clock. Ours being one of the few early slates.
Not complaining, Justine.
No,
Are you complaining at all?
No, that's a good thing. You know, if it was 7, 8 o'clock, it'd be real late coming up here if we were coming up here.
You know what? Oh, there goes Ava Waleski through everyone. She sends it off goal and off the post.
Oh.
Big Ben strikes one, as Mike Lang would say, Penguins' former broadcaster.
Well, maybe you want that unluckiness tonight.
Yeah,
The Mustangs.
instead
You
of
wanna have
on
that
Saturday.
Unlucky, you know,
Get it out of the way now.
instead of that happening against a team like Moon when you're down a goal.
Oh, good play by Emily Barat. They able to deflect that ball, and Mustangs are able to clear it off to the left, and Nina Kite has it. It's the Dragons trying to mount some offensive pressure, and it will be a goal kick for the Mustangs. And the Mustangs did change their goaltender. So McKenna Anderson's out, and she started the first half in, I believe, every game, and Elena Smith is in. The Mustangs now starting to sub. Is that who just? Kaylee Simku.
Looks like Megan Stammer's back in the game.
So Emily Barat will take the goal kick. She sends it up to the 25-yard line, and Ava Waleski just blasts it forward to
Good
Cam
touch
Rogers.
by
Yeah.
Cameron.
There goes Cam, wheeling and dealing off to Caitlin Killinger. Tries to send it forward. I'm trying to think now, Sammy. What's the latest I've ever came back from a broadcast now?
I don't know.
I'm trying to think here.
West Mifflin last year was pretty late, maybe.
Yeah, that started 8 o'clock, didn't it, Justino?
8:30.
Was it 8:30? Oh,
Yeah.
that's right, because the
We got
game
back,
before
yeah,
the girls'
yeah.
game
We
went.
got back at 11:15.
Yeah, it was after. I remember it was after 11. I remember a football game at CMU, Plum against Central Catholic, probably 10 years ago. My dad was with me. The students were behind me, and over at CMU's parking garage, I didn't understand why all the levels at the bottom were filled. Because we parked at the top because there's access to the press box. So the game started at 7:30, it ended at 10. And so, you know, we load up all the equipment. You know, usually it's about a half hour afterwards, 10:30. Drove down to the 4th level, the 3rd level, and then hit bumper-to-bumper traffic at the 2nd level. We were in the CMU garage from, I would say, 10:30 to almost a quarter after 11.
Oh my
I
goodness.
think we came back to the high school at 11:45. Was
That's
not a
pretty
happy camper. And any of the Plum hockey games, and we'll do a couple this year. There's been games that started at 9 p.m. on Monday night, and we would come back to school 11:15. This one here, though, well, unless something drastic happens, Mustangs up 7-0, will not be going to overtime. We just have a 2.5-hour drive home.
What way did you come up, Mr. Broad?
Oh, Annabelle with a shot. Good save. We came 28 to, what, Justina, 422, right?
Yeah, we were
28.
middle of nowhere.
Yeah,
that's why.
I kept on losing the signal, you know, and Justino's behind me. Yeah, it was 422, 66 a little bit. We were on Route 666 a little bit, which made me a little bit nervous.
Yeah.
You're shaking your head, Sammy. 989 also. Yeah, I was on roads I've never been on before, and all we did was go up hills and down hills. And
That's
I,
all 66 is before you hit Clarion.
Yes,
It's
it's-
just hills.
and I did see, which made me a little bit nervous, a lot of dead deer on the side of the road.
We have so much deer up here. Like, it's crazy. They just
And-
walk around. They walk outside my house all the time.
And my concern is, driving home, obviously we'll abide by the speed limit laws, but, the hunters are moving, pushing the deer around, and they're looking obviously to hibernate. So, we'll be extra careful, obviously, on the way home. So. Okay, Sammy, now your dad texted and said he wants to try something. What's he trying here? Sammy, as we zoom down a little bit, what's he looking at?
My guess is gonna just be, I'm gonna take a guess we switched to formation possibly.
Yeah, I agree.
So
Just wide by Annabelle RN.
I'm gonna guess he wants to see how it looks and how like we play as a unit in that like formation. But I could be completely wrong.
Megan Stammerin, Emily Barat, and Kaylee Simku out. Emily putting on her jacket with 29:29 left here in the second half, and we'll slowly but surely start to see the varsity starters start to empty out. Yeah, I agree. He wants to see, obviously, ball movement. I mean, Plum doesn't have to score a goal, and you can see Ava's not looking right there to push the ball forward.
And going into a game as playing either Latrobe or Moon in the next round, you want to see how you can like work around different techniques and stuff to adapt to different formations that you might find.
Oh, and there's a shot by Caitlin Killinger over the goaltender's head, and with 28:40 left to go, the Mustangs take an 8-0 lead. Well, it feels like 9-10 o'clock, doesn't it?
Yeah,
because it's so
with the daylight savings time last week too.
Which could be the last one.
Another goal for the
Yeah.
London Mustangs.
Could
number
be one of the
26,
last ones.
Killinger.
Could be the last one. Okay, Sammy, while we still have you on, since you graduated many years ago, one of your favorite memories, Plum High School.
High school, like just in general or
In
soccer?
general. Anything. And listen, I'm not saying that, oh, yeah, you have to say something in TV class.
production.
Yeah. No, and I'm not going to be offended. I'll never talk to you again. No, I'm not going to be offended. But, I mean, unfortunately, you're the same age as my son, Zach. And, I still do tell the story, though. You looked at me because I had you 12th period, and we knew it was getting bad with COVID. And I remember it was like 2:13. And you said, Mr. Barat. Yeah, I know why you're laughing. And me being a typical jag-off, I said, you said, Mr. Barat, how long do you think we'll be out? And I said, honestly, Sammy, have a good summer.
That was the joke. Like
That was the running joke. And
We all
then I
left,
said,
and
honestly,
then-
Sammy, maybe a couple weeks we'll be back. I mean, no one knew. We just heard like, hey, it's getting real bad. Other school districts are shutting down. And I remember you said, Mr. Barat, and let's preface this. You had Mrs. Barat as a teacher. We've known
my first teacher I ever had at Plum.
Yes, at Plum, and I've known you since you've been in second grade.
Mm-hmm.
And you were like, Mr. Barat, how long do you think we'll be gone for? And I said, oh, Sammy, have a good summer.
Mm-hmm.
And that was obviously the middle of March. So, your senior year was obviously a little bit different than everyone else's. So, but favorite memory. It could be sports related, it could be soccer
I'll do one of each.
okay.
So I would say for soccer, obviously the bonds that I created with all the girls that I played with, that's always like a major one. But the bus rides are always like the one thing you will always remember after you graduate. And I always look back at them, and like still playing college soccer, like it's still like it's fun riding the bus
Sure.
with your teammates, but it's just such a
Good.
nice.
I'm sorry, Sammy. Good save
Good
by
save by the
Beaven.
keeper.
Yes.
But it's a different atmosphere of like it's not the different atmosphere, but it's fun because you're
It's
still
just
in
the
high
players.
school. Yeah.
Yes.
Yeah. But
Could I mean, it's easy. Like, listen, I know that you might hate the long bus. Like, this one here is going to be a 2.5-hour one.
the coach bus makes it worth it. I will tell you that. Those
Did you have a coach bus when you went out to Lancaster?
Mhm.
Yes. So, yeah, I mean, obviously, you know, obviously you can't relive those. So,
Yeah.
you know, and the bonds, you know, like Emily said that a lot of the players didn't take the bus home after the Moon game, but all the seniors did. And
You're
it was
always
like-
gonna remember those moments, and no matter how many people
Sure.
ride the bus, you only get so many times of riding that yellow school bus, and
Yes.
you gotta save every minute of it. But yeah, that'd probably be my biggest, like soccer. Obviously, making it to the Whitfield
Sure.
championship for the first time in program history my junior year, but yeah. So then school. I don't really know. I mean, I feel like obligated to say TV production. But
You're not, of course, not obligated
Yeah.
to say TV productions.
I would just say my teachers. I mean, my teachers always made classes so much fun. And then, like, having all my friends in my classes, like, it was just fun.
Different, obviously, in college.
Just a
Then-
little bit.
Yeah, I mean,
Just a little.
you can still build that bond with some teachers, but I'm sure as you discovered at college, like some of the professors are there. They might be an adjunct professor, or, you know, you can tell the ones that are invested and have certain programs going on, and the others just like come in, teach a class, pick up their stuff, and they're out of the room before the
Yeah.
students even leave.
Yeah. No, like all my major professors are absolutely fantastic,
Good.
and they're so helpful with everything that I do. And you can just tell, like with the gen ed professors, they're like, we know you're here to take just a gen
Just
ed,
think.
but they like still make it fun, and that's what I like about all the professors at Clarion.
Could you imagine, and I said this to Zach, could you imagine taking a class now? Well, your sign language class might be the one that
I have
differs.
online classes now.
No,
and my
no,
speech.
taking a class, and there's a corner kick there by Ava Waleski. Good
Good
save.
save by the keeper.
Haley Peterson jumped out there. Taking a class 5 days a week. Could you imagine? I mean,
We talk about that all the time with my roommates. We always talk about
now is sign language 4 days a week maybe?
2
Is it really? How many
Mhm.
hours though?
hour and a half, hour and 15.
Okay.
Yeah.
Because usually the language classes, like at Pitt and anywhere else, they're, 5 credits or 4 credits.
Yeah.
They're longer.
Yeah. It just depends on the day, because some of my classes are like Monday, Wednesday, Friday. Some are just Monday, Wednesday. Some are just
Sure.
Tuesday, Thursday. So it really just depends on the class and what day they are. But
Now here's a question: when you have your online class, because it could be, whether it's at Edinburgh
Mhm.
or Cal U, do you just go automatically are programmed to go back to the dorm room, or do you go to library or anywhere? Like, do you mix it up?
yeah, so we have Tippin, which is our athletic gymnasium, and
Sure.
so we have like a lot of when they created Tippin, they have a lot of like seating areas with tables and stuff for athletes to do homework.
So you can go there and
I normally go there and I
Got
do
it.
my classes.
now will you obviously put in the AirPods or
Yeah.
Beats or whatever
Yeah,
just to tone everything out?
yeah. And
Got
then
it.
I'll sometimes I'll go to the library, but I don't know. I like the atmosphere, like the athletic atmosphere. It just kind of gets me
Sure.
focused and going.
No, that's awesome. Yeah, college a little bit different than high school.
Just a tad.
Just a tad.
We talk about all the time how like we don't understand how we went from school from 8 o'clock till 2:15 every day for our whole life, and then now like we go to 2 classes and we're like, oh, I think it's nap time.
Yeah.
I think it's time to watch a TV show.
Yeah, depending, like if you're an athlete, Sammy, or you're involved in like Zach does stuff at the radio station, TV station, and he's in a different club. He's in another club at Waynesburg. Oh, there's a good play there.
Rayla
Smith. See if she stops and pulls it back, or no, she sends it across the box. And Haley Peterson comes out and grabs it. Yeah, I mean, you know, you went from, you were technically, Sammy, because you had the park. No one won the park and gravel at Plum. So you say 8 o'clock. You were there at 7 o'clock.
But if I wanted Duncan, I had to be up at like 6 o'clock to get to Duncan on time to be the class on time.
Colin's laughing on the camera now. But yeah, that's true. But it changes. But also, like, in high school, yeah, you stayed up to do work a little bit till midnight, you know, maybe 1 o'clock. But that's definitely routine. And I'm sure at your parents' house, the fire alarm's not being pulled at 3 in the morning and everyone's going outside either.
Yeah. Nice little touch by Rayla Smith.
Oh, almost a through ball there. Good defensive play by Aubrey Smith. As you can see in the bottom on the stripe, Mustangs 8. Mustangs 8, the Warren Lady Dragons 0. Have an update from the live stream over yonder at Erie Cathedral Prep. The Mustang boys down 2-0 with 25:57 left to go.
Yeah, whenever I turned on that live stream, I saw there was a bit of a little fight going on during that game. I turned it on. It looked like some of the players were getting chippy during the game. The Plum players were, so it looks like the Mustangs are getting a little desperate at Cathedral Prep. When you're down 2-0 in the second half, you have to start playing with an edge, especially against a team like that.
And just like in hockey, shot there by Rayla Smith. Just like in hockey, everyone says the worst lead in hockey is a 2-goal lead because you want to sit back, you know. So that's tough. I mean, the Mustang boys can definitely come back. You know, the girls did it against Latrobe, down 1-0, but you can definitely, you know, shorten the game with 25 minutes left. So
Alice Porter in for the Mustangs.
I talked to Warren's AD, Jeff White. He thinks this is the 10th game played on this field. It's a brand new field.
It's looking pretty crispy out there. Nice and sharp.
Yeah,
sharp lines.
Not just the weather.
Yeah. Yeah. Listen, once you get used to this weather, you can't go back.
Okay, Sam, you act like you go to school in Alaska.
I do. I swear I do. At times I feel like it. The snow doesn't come, though, until, like, January. Last year we had 13 inches of snow at one time. I get on my hands and knees to dig my car out.
Yeah, I mean, you know what? No, it's funny you said that because Zach had an indoor shot on goal there by, who was that?
Mia Nardo.
Zach had an indoor track meet at Mountain Union, and the day before they had a foot of snow. And so I had to park like 2 blocks away.
Yep.
And everyone from their cars like puts the snow into the empty spot, and there was nowhere else to park. So I just kind of like blasted through that snow, and then of course when we left like 5 hours later, I kind of had to, just like you said, Sammy, kind of like I don't have a show. I should have a snow.
I keep a shovel in my car now.
I'm gonna have to because of that, because I told my wife like I'm there with my gloves digging out to get the car out.
I keep a mini shovel in the back of my car.
Is it one of those ones that like it collapsed?
No, it's like it's from like my childhood. My dad just handed it to me and said, "Put this in your car because you live in the tundra."
Yeah, you do. Yeah, I know.
That's the joke. Once you get above 80, it's the tundra. There's no going back.
And Route 80 is obviously, you know, whenever there's an accident on 80, because it splits. You know, like if there's an accident on your side, it's not like, okay, hey, let's just switch lanes.
Yep.
That's over an island, so it's kind of, you're stuck. Yes.
Yep.
Foul there by the Mustangs. Lady Dragons will kick it. 16 minutes left. Mustangs up 8-0. Okay, so we found out some information about you, Sammy, since it's 8-0. Let's turn towards Justino here a little bit. Justino, I know you want to major in this, and your Saturday you won't be with us because you're visiting Point Park and Waynesburg.
Yeah. I'll be with Lanny Fratteri,
You'll
helping
be with
with
Lanny.
the football operation.
Are they in the playoffs?
I don't
Is
think
it
so.
playoff?
No, I think it's their final home game.
Yeah, there's
Wednesday.
one more game
Yeah,
left.
there is one more.
Okay.
Yeah.
Mhm.
So you'll be on the same field. That's where Zach plays soccer. They just put in last year an instant replay scoreboard. Oh, there's a lead pass. Mia Nardo, she shoots, just shot wide. So, and you visited Ohio U. Robert Morris too?
No, not
Not
Robert Morris. No.
Okay.
Samantha Field and for the Mustangs.
New
This is
goalie.
strange here. Your dad hasn't done this. He's putting back in
No,
Elena
that's
Smith.
No, that's Samantha Fields.
That's Samantha.
Oh, is that
Fields.
Samantha
Third
Fields? That's what
goalie,
you said?
yeah.
Oh,
Yeah.
okay. I saw the same orange shirt, and I'm like, boy, why he hasn't. Yeah. So good luck, Justina, this weekend. Are you going to Point Park first, or what
No,
time's the
Point
Waynesburg?
Park's after. Waynesburg's
Okay.
in the morning.
Are they playing at noon then?
I
The Yellow
think
Jackets.
I think one.
Okay.
Yeah.
Both are really good schools.
Yeah.
Sammy's shaking her head yes. Laney will be all excited. He could not come to our Make-A-Wish telethon
Yeah.
last year, but he's been there in previous years.
They always say once you step on a college campus and you feel like you're at home.
You know
That's the one
what,
you go to.
Sammy, that is so right. Now listen, your mom and dad, they're my age. We didn't go visit campuses.
Yeah.
There was no such thing as internet.
Yeah.
Okay. Like, we went to the college fair
Yeah.
at the David L. Lawrence Convention Center, and you waited in line and talked to a rep, and you just didn't go. And
Yeah.
I was accepted at Penn State Pitt and IUP, and I decided to go to Pitt, but so we went around with Zach, and I'm sure we did the same thing that your parents did also, because I remember talking to your father about that.
Yeah.
And Zach was down because he still wanted to play soccer. He could have ran track at Cal U, like St. Vincent. He liked Westminster to play soccer and to run track. And Westminster's sports facilities were fantastic. But when we were walking around Waynesburg, he said, Emily and Jen and Parker were ahead of us talking to the representative, and Zach and I were just walking in the back, laying back, and he goes, Dad, I can see myself being here. And now it wasn't like till 2 months later till he made his decision, but,
Yeah.
So Justina, that's my advice to you. If you can see yourself, as Sammy said, she just went through the process. If you can see yourself being there, and if it feels like home, there's a good run there by the Lady Dragons. That's where you'll go, Justina.
Yeah.
I only toured 2 campuses, and
You
Clarion
toured
was
Clarion and
Geneva.
Because they had your major. Yes.
But I loved Clarion's campus, and I love that they had the 5-year option for speech pathology,
Sure.
and that's what
I
I'm
remember
in
you
now.
telling me
and-
that.
Yeah. But I stepped on campus, and I instantly just felt like I belonged.
I know, because we would have discussions. You're like, I think I still want to play soccer. I'm probably going to have to walk on. The coach isn't getting back to me. And I remember, and I'm like, all in due time. Everything happens for a reason.
And within that process, I was also going through a torn ACL.
Sure.
So that wasn't helping my process at all.
No. Agreed. Yes, I remember. Well, Justina, I hope you have a good time
Yeah, thank you.
this weekend.
Yeah, it should be fun. I'm not sure how Waynesburg's football team is, but
They're better than they were in years past.
Okay.
You'll get to hang out with their mascot, Sting, because they're the Yellow Jackets.
Yep, they're the Yellow Jackets.
Yeah, and it's the Point Park Pioneers.
Pioneers.
So the Pioneers. So
Mackenzie Kamunk into the game for the Mustangs. And it looks like Charlie Wash check on the far side.
Yeah, I believe so. Yes, I think that's 29. So that's Charlie on the far left.
Rayla Smith on the breakaway.
It's a good through ball there. Oh, good
defensive play.
Yeah,
by the
good
Lady
defense
Dragons.
here by, that's Lucy Bigelow, number 27. So we're down to 10.5 minutes left here at War Memorial Field in Warren, PA, as the Mustangs with an 8-0 lead, as they will advance to the second round of the PIAA state playoffs against the winner of the Moon Tigers and the Latrobe Wildcats.
Good save by the Lady Dragons keeper.
No one's left from the Lady Dragons. It's their last game of the year, so I'm sure they'll get a nice standing ovation when they come off the field. Successful season to make it into the PIAA playoffs. Any updates, Justino, on Plum and Erie, or?
Let's see the Plum.
I know it was 2-0 last you looked.
Yeah, it still looks like it's 2-0.
Nice take by Allison Porter.
And also, one of my former colleagues, Mr. S, is always listening to our broadcast.
Hi, Mr. S.
And Sammy Stewart says hi. And I know he does the PA for the Plum hockey games. You know, the Mustangs play at 8 o'clock a lot of their games this year. I know Scott Marks, who's the booster president, who I graduated high school with, wanted to know what the schedule would be. I told him we're just so busy. Tomorrow's our Make-A-Wish dinner as we start prepping for once we finish soccer season, Sammy, as you know. We go to Make-A-Wish season. So we try not to film too many other things. And
There's
then
not much stopping with you.
No.
It's an ongoing process.
Yeah, yes, and so once I can retool over the holiday break, you know, hockey, basketball, wrestling kicks off. So Mustangs with a new boys with a new basketball coach, Coach Supak, with wrestling. The wrestling team should have an exciting year this year, and so should the hockey team. So looking forward to those winter sports. Yeah, it settles down usually, Sammy, end of February when those winter sports are done.
Yeah, but
and
then
then
it's baby picture project time.
and all, well, you're forgetting the other. What's the other big thing? Go ahead, tell her, Justina. Come on, don't let me down. What's the big thing that we do in March, April?
Oh, the lift up, yeah.
Oh, and well, I didn't get the lift up my junior
No,
and
you did
senior
not.
year.
We were planning it. Alex Anderson, who attends Duquesne University, we had the song done. We were starting to plan it, and then COVID.
We were ready to do it, and then COVID hit, and we couldn't do it.
That is absolutely correct.
And then senior year, we were still really restricted on what we could do, so we couldn't do it then either.
Yeah, we couldn't do it then either.
We tried to make it work, but it wasn't going to work out.
No.
But we got to do the telethon at least, which was...
Yes, I invited, there was 12 to 15 former seniors that came back. You were one of them, my son, Zach, Garrett Susko, Fran Bigley, just to name a few that came back, Evan Smith, to help out with the telethon last year. And I think that was obviously the right thing to do because I gave you the experience. You guys came in on a Friday. Well, mostly everyone came in on a Friday before the telethon. We talked about what we wanted to do, and then, you know, we had the practices after school, Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday, and then 5 a.m. Thursday morning, and that's what we'll do this year. The videos are due on that Wednesday before the telethon. We turn the room Thursday into a studio audience, and then Friday, we do a, this is going to sound dumb, but a pre-practice, which is extremely helpful. So the hosts go through the offsides there on the Mustangs. The hosts go through what they, their lines, and the floor directors shuttle our sub interviewees in, and The guys and girls in the back room get to switch the titles so our practices run smoothly, because we've had practices that have lasted 4 or 5 hours and even the teacher gets a little cranky. So we did a pre-practice last year and Matt Diss and Julia Chapkus really did a good job with that, running the show, not only for the telethon, but the pre-practice, and that kind of made everything go really, really well. So yeah, but our Make-A-Wish telethon's starting. Plum is the #1 school district raising funds for Make-A-Wish in the world. Our Make-A-Wish dinner, which we kick off all of our fundraising, is tomorrow night at Pugliano's in Plum. And in 21 years, Plum has raised just over $1,007,000 for Make-A-Wish. And one of our hosts this year, Gregory Vallada, we actually sponsored his wish 10 years ago.
Good save by Samantha Fields.
Samantha Fields there with a good save. She came out, snagged that ball, kind of woke up the Lady Dragon crowd below us. I think it was Rayla Smith just flying through the middle, sends it off to Charlie
Good pass to
Waschek.
Charlie Waschek.
Charlie's unable to keep it in there. So we have 4:40 left to go and counting. Well, Sammy, before you go, thank you very much for...
Thank you for having me.
Sure. Your dad texted me earlier today. He goes, Sammy's going to be at the game. I suggest you use her. No, he didn't say that. He's like, hey, Sammy's
He
going to...
told me last night he texted you that I was
Yes.
going to be at the game.
I'm like, yeah, we'll bring her on. I guess this must be like the week of special treats maybe, because we had... Everyone was shocked. Even Bill Breckner kind of... he took a picture of... our broadcast in the Norwin press box, you know, with Eris Lamanna. And, you know, like, how is Eris Lamanna, the Franklin Regional goaltender, on a Plum broadcast? Well, because her little brother, Cruz Lamanna, plays cup soccer with Parker for AFFC.
Okay.
So, yeah, I'm friends with the family. So I'm like, boy, that'd be nice to put Eris on. And so that worked out really well. And so it's you tonight. So I have to get... Obviously, I have a lot of pressure on me, Sammy. I have to get, without Justino there, I have to get a special guest, make it 3 in a row. You know, so it's been good juju, so to speak, because the Mustangs now with special guests are 2-0, Justino.
Yeah. I have to start looking for some special guests. Any alumni out there that are interested,
Yes.
you know. Maybe an Evan Smith sighting, maybe. You know, Saturday. I mean, I don't know about that. I know he always asks me a couple times, how's Barat doing? How's the other people doing, you know?
No, it's nice to
Former
hear.
cross-country runner, so yeah, cross-country coaches.
Yes. And the cross-country banquet, Justina, you and I will be one of the few that will be eating at Pugliano's.
2 nights in a row.
2 nights in a row,
Oh,
huh?
That's going to feel good.
Yeah, tomorrow
I
night
think
for the
food at the Make-A-Wish dinner will be better, though. I looked at the menu at both.
don't tell me. I want to be surprised, Justina.
Okay,
Don't tell me.
Yeah.
Yes, but yeah, we'll be eating at Pugliano's Wednesday night for the Make-A-Wish dinner, and then Thursday night for the cross-country banquet. Yes, so Pugliano's 2 days in a row. Yeah, I just talked to Gary today, going over the menu.
Making me hungry, Mr.
Sorry,
Broad.
Sam.
It's all right. I'll enjoy Pizza Pub up in Clarion.
Pizza Pub. Is that the place to go to, Sammy? in Clarion?
Yes. It's like
Pizza
a home.
Pub?
It's like the best pizza shop in Clarion.
Really?
Yeah.
Got it.
So anytime you come up, you go to Pizza Pub.
Pizza Pub.
Pizza Pub's where it's at.
Keep on saying Pizza Pub. I'm automatically, my mind's triggering. Oh, off the post. I keep on, my mind triggers to Pizza Planet when you say Pizza Pub.
Toy Story.
Toy Story, that's right. And if you go down to Disney, you got
I'll
to
be
eat
there.
at Pizza Planet.
I know. I'll be there in December.
Are you going?
Hmm.
Oh, good, awesome.
Yep.
You guys go usually once every couple years, right?
Yeah, we
Every
haven't
two-
been since COVID.
Really?
Hmm.
I remember
Yeah.
I saw the video. Was it you that showed me the video? Were you guys in Raiders of the Lost Ark, or where were you at? You were at the stunt, whatever the stunt thing was, and I saw a video, and your dad was like half asleep
Yeah.
watching. Was that you that
Yes.
showed me that
Yeah.
video? Was
I
it?
think-
What was it with the? It was like there was an explosion with fire? What was that? It was like a stunt something or other. I can't remember.
I can't remember, but I know we've had quite a couple naps throughout the years, throughout some of the shows. We've seen them so many times.
No, I get it. Well, and you get to enjoy it more now because you remember things
Yeah.
in Disney when you were younger. Oh, hey, how about this? How about that? Then different perspective when you're older.
Yeah.
So Mustang's able here right now. It'll be a corner kick for the Lady Dragons as they try to do it real quick as we have 20 seconds left to go as they try to get a goal. It's 8-0 Mustangs. Going 10 seconds left. Mustangs mark up. Ball goes into the box, bounces around. Mustangs are able to clear, and that will be it for tonight. And that's the final score for tonight as the Mustangs are able to defeat the Lady Dragons, the Warren Lady Dragons. The final score, Mustangs 8, Lady Dragons 0. So, Sammy, anything you want to add before we go?
Good luck to the Lady Mustangs on Saturday.
No, I agree. Good luck to the Lady Mustangs, and hopefully the Mustangs. Obviously, the Mustangs will play the winner of Moon and Latrobe. And Justina, do we have an update at all on the?
No, I do not have an update on that game.
Yeah,
So
that's going to be a
we'll
tough
probably
one to
get one
find.
here once the half ends of that game. We'll probably get an update on that one.
Okay, so that's all we have here. So once again, the final score, Mustangs 8, the Lady Dragons 0, and safe travels. We got a long drive ahead,
Yeah, a
and
long
so that's it. Good night, everybody.